Let me start off by doing this. I got a draft today, and it's about to start right here in less than a minute, 35 seconds. I'm pick number 2 in this first draft. Uh, as you can see, the name of the first draft is called the Sewer Run League. This is my work league. Fun league. I've been in it for a while, so I'm ready to do this draft. But I wanted to allow y'all to experience this draft with me. So sit back and enjoy. Watch a master go to work and kill these boys out. I mean, season ain't even starting, but I'm about to outdraft every last one of these clowns because I'm that good. Not bragging, just being honest. That's it. So, hear the music. The draft is starting. Let's sit back and enjoy. So as the draft continues, I made my pick. Like I said, I have the second overall pick in the draft. I've made my pick, and y'all will definitely get to see the results. But I'm not going to just sit here and sit in silence. I can't do that. I gotta enjoy a little music, so I'm gonna try to turn the music down real low. I don't know how YouTube is going to take it, but who knows? We'll see. So y'all going to get the opportunity to enjoy some of this music I like to listen to on my playlist, my YouTube playlist anyway. As the draft goes on, I'm gonna continue to make sure I have good interaction with you guys. We are now on the sixth pick of the draft. You got 1 minute per pick. Is how we doing it. 1 minute per pick. Um, so with the number 2 overall pick, I picked Jamar Chase, a receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals. I like him. I think he's a good receiver. I think he's going to have a big year. I need Joe Burrow to stay healthy in order for me to really benefit. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I need Joe Burrows to stay healthy in order for me to really benefit. So hopefully that does. That happens. I know he had a little incident throughout the training camp with his calf strain. So hopefully that's all right. But as we go on in the draft, uh, I'll list y'all some of the players that was just picked these past few picks. After me, Christian McCaffrey went 4th. Austin Eckler went 5th. Tyreek Hill went 6th. Uh, I'm sorry. Christian McCaffrey went 3rd. Austin Eckler went 4th. Tyreek Hill went 5th. Stephon Diggs went 6th. Bijan Robinson went 7th. Travis Kelce went 8th. Cooper Kupp has gone 9. And Derrick Henry just went at number 10. So we are now working our way to the second round of the draft. And I have pick number 23 because, it's a snake draft. So we'll have to go down and come back up. And that's the format we use. But again, this is the first draft. This is the first draft that I have today. I have 2 drafts today. I have one, like right now we started at 11:45, and then I have another draft at tonight at 7. So got a busy day, man. Got a busy day. Got a busy day ahead of me, but it's all good. This is the season. This is my season. This is what I prepared for ever since April's NFL draft. Watching rookies and seeing how they move and see what I think they're going to be able to do and what they're going to bring to the table for each team, and possibly trying to get them because I usually like to get the rookies in later round. Now, the Bijan Robinson, I kind of understand. It's not a bad pickup at 7. Uh, it's not a bad pickup at 7. So I'll go through some of the other players that just been picked. So Derrick Henry ended out the first round. I'm sorry, not Derrick Henry. Devontae Adams ended out the first round. So it went Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Devontae Adams, Patrick Mahomes, Amari St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, and Saquon Barkley is the picks that went so far. So right now we are on uh, second round, fourth pick in the second round. Actually, 18th pick overall is what we're on. And so, this is how it's going. So far, so good. Um, Looking like I may get my player that I've been projecting as far as in the second round. We'll see. I don't want to speak too soon. I don't want to jinx myself. You definitely don't want to do that. Uh, but I think I just jinxed myself because my guy did go in the second round to the team. So I am currently next on the clock. And so who I'm looking for now in the second round, I don't know. I don't know. So I got my pick coming up next, and I will evaluate some things and see who I'm gonna pick in the second round. So let's pick second round. I think I can't go with now. T. Higgins will be a good pick to me in the second round. Since I got Jamar Chase, that wouldn't be a logical pick to me. So I'm going to go with a running back, and so I went with Jonathan Taylor in the second round. Now, going with Jonathan Taylor in the second round, needing a running back because the running backs are real slim, right? We got to acknowledge that. The running backs are real slim. And so with that, I'm going to go with look at guys, I'm gonna tell you now. I hate to even have to put it out there who I'm going to pick, but I like this guy, and this guy has done a lot for me last year, so I'm gonna go with him again. That's my man Jalen Hurts. So far on my roster, I have Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, and Jamar Chase. That's my roster as of right now. So now I'm about to move to the third round, and my third round pick is not. I'm sorry, not my. I'm my third round. My fourth round pick is what I'm waiting on next. So my fourth round pick is not to pick 47. So I got a little bit of time. But right now we're just on pick 30. Uh, so now this look like there's a run on quarterbacks right now, and normally that's how it happens. You get the first quarterback go, and then you have a nice little run on quarterbacks. So while I got a little time, I like to see what my competition's doing. What do they put on their roster? And so far, it's so bad for them. They're not looking good. Not to me. Just my opinion. So I'm gonna kill these dudes out. I'm gonna kill these dudes out. They don't stand a chance. And guess what? I'm not gonna take it light on these. Not gonna take it light on. I mean, this dude. I don't know who this guy is. He's a Patrick Mahomes fan, it's obvious. But the dude got two rookies. Man, you're asking a lot of that guy. Two rookies. Yeah, you asking a lot. Uh, two rookies in the first three rounds is, whew, yeah. Good luck to that. Good luck to that. There's no way I can say I would draft two rookies in the first two rounds. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't feel confident enough to make that type of decision on taking two rookies in the first two rounds. That's you asking a lot. You are really asking a lot. But some guys do that. Some guys feel the need. They can do that. I mean, good luck. Good luck with that situation. I'm just not going to be the man who's going to pull that trigger, right? I just can't do it. So It'll be interesting on how that guy's team pans out. He looked like he's going to be on the waiver wire a whole lot this season. To take a chance and yeah, yeah, I can't do it. Two rookies. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Nothing against my man, but I just can't do it. So good luck with that, brother. Looking forward to see, like I said, to see how it all pans out. I don't think it's gonna win well for you, brother. I'm just saying. It's my opinion. But we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling, keep drafting, and I'm gonna keep putting together this monster squad. Like I said before, I do have another draft that I plan on, you know, streaming as well, and allow you guys to see a behind the scenes of how it goes in the fantasy draft online. You know what I'm saying? I do have a couple drafts I do in person. Yeah, I'm gonna have to record that because there's no way I could probably do that live. It's funny because we got a message. We got a message board in this thing, and the guy I'm telling you about who got two rookie running backs. They talking shit to him, man. They talking real bad to him, man. Now, man's up to pick, and he can't even make a pick because he's too worried about talking shit. So I don't know what's going to become of my man, but we'll see. Uh, yeah, that's crazy. So what somebody said, thank you, Marcus, for your donation. Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. He donated, and that's okay. We look, guys, we need guys to donate to the league because when you donate to the league, it makes the league better. You know what I'm saying? That money's good. Your money's good to us. So for you guys like to donate to the league by doing questionable moves like that, yeah, we appreciate you guys. I promise you we do. So now my pick is up. It is the fourth round, and there's a couple guys I like, but I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go with this cornerback from uh from Houston. Now I really don't like to pick a lot of players from teams that bad, but I was really impressed with that rookie last year. So I got him in the free agency market. And he did wonders for me. So why not give that young man another opportunity to show his worth. So definitely looking. Okay, good, good. I was worried about if somebody's going to take my next pick. So guys, I got like a search strategy I like to use, man. And it depends on like I said, how the draft goes. If I'm able to map out my strategy. Uh, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I really like what I'm seeing. So we'll see. Uh, shit, I'm trying. I got a whole lot going on at the same time, guys. I was reading the text message. Uh, like I said, shit talking going back and forth. Now somebody send me a message in the back check about some more shit talk. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So It is what it is. So allow that trash talk. Hey, it's funny. We got in my league, we got a couple Birds fans, so it's going to be expected for a Bird fan is going to throw a guy on his roster, right? And so that's exactly what's going on right now. A guy just threw on it. Justin Fields. I picked up DJ Moore. I like him. I like what I'm seeing. Uh, I'm very interested in how that's going to pan out for us. So that's it's going good. It's going good. I like the way my draft is going. I like what I'm seeing. Um, it's a lot of nice players still out there, man. That guys are sleeping on. But like I said, it's it's early in the draft, so we'll see how that goes. Some of these guys I'm seeing picked in the round 5, like Darren Waller. There's no way I would have picked him in round 5. Uh, Man, these dudes got some questionable picks. I promise you that. Questionable picks. But it is what it is. Man, the only bad thing about it, man, some of these guys they go on all the picking, so they have to let the clock run all the way out before they make a pick. I hate that, but it is what it is. I hate that, but again, they make it go all the way through just to make a pick. Yeah, I hate it, but love it. Part of it. Oh man, part of it. But let's keep going, man. The draft is getting interesting, seeing how people pick. Now my picks up again. Somebody Swift. Yeah, that dude stays injury prone, man. That's why I couldn't take that dude. So I'm going to go with man, I really like this guy right here, Brandon Ayuk. You know something, I like him over Debo Samuel. I like him over Debo Samuels, and I got a couple players I got in my queue. Well, they took. Look, well, I tell you, they took 2 of my picks. They sniped me, baby. They sniped me. 2 of my picks I was looking at, but I had a feeling it wasn't gonna make it back down to me because those are good players. And so, when you dealing with starters, you gotta kind of be leery of that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So All right, that's night again. It is what it is, but look, that's part of the game. It's a part of the game. It's gonna happen. What can you do? So right now we are waiting for the next pick to come up. Now there's a couple players I'm looking at. Think- Boy, they see the only thing about when you do drafting online, it gives you a lot of help because it gives you like the highest ranked players and they do that for you. So it helps people out who typically who's not knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing about online draft. Say if we was at the draft, we was picking, you just got to know what you're doing. And so with online, they could kind of look, okay, I'm gonna take the highest ranked player. And most time that's what they do. Lack of knowledge, but they'll take the highest ranked player. It is what it is. So what I like to do right about now is kind of get some players I like to put in my queue. Hmm. So, oh man, these. So in round 8, we got our first defense picked, or at least the first one I noticed. I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know if that was if I looked like it was the first defensive pick, but let me go with man because I think they're going to start transitioning to different style of back. Uh, Thing about it in drafts, you always want to make sure you pick. You want to make the decision on picking a guy early as possible as you can. so you can catch the trend before it happens. So you kind of want to beat the trend, but you never know, right? At the end of the day, you're rolling your dice when you do this. But so what I want trying to do is I end up taking your boy Dylan um in the ninth round. I guess that's what it is. That's what it is. The ninth round. Let me see what round I end up getting. Yes, the ninth round I end up getting Dylan. So you want to kind of beat the trend before it gets started. Um, but the thing about it, you never know. And Jones may have another good productive year. Now it's going to be kind of hard because you're dealing with a pretty much, man. You can't say a rookie. He's been there for like 3 or 4 years now. But we all know Aaron Rodgers been there running the show, and he's really not getting a lot of playing time. So who knows? Who knows? But we'll see. If I can catch that, if I can catch that little that before he really pops and he gets that opportunity. You like to be like to be ahead of the curve. That's the only thing about drafting. I mean, you gotta try to see the little things. We got it's a 12-man draft, 12-man league. We got all the people. You know, you're gonna get some backups. You're going to get some backups. You know, in the ninth round is getting a backup early. Not really. Depending on who's your starter. If you got a starter who's injury prone, then you might want to try to jump the gun a little bit because you don't want to be out. Uh, Again, running back position is a prime position. There's not very many bell cow running backs. Most of these are committee running backs. And so when you're dealing with committee running backs, man, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. So you're trying to be ahead of the curve with it. And so that's what I'm trying to do with your boy Dylan. But we'll see how that rolls. Um, yeah, we'll worry about that. I mean, if I had your boy, I'd probably be more concerned, but I don't. I don't have. So currently, as I said, I have 4 running backs, and normally to me, I'm 4 running backs. I'm pretty comfortable with the running back position. After that, I usually don't get no more than that, unless you know I can really find something out there I wasn't expecting to get or come up on. But like I said, with what's left, yeah, it's just slim pickings, slim pickings out there now. So I'm just gonna go in here and see what's left in the wide receiver pool. Now it is my pick. What's So I took Elijah Mitchell in the 10th round. More than likely, he will end up backing up. He will end up backing up Christian McCaffrey. We all know when you're dealing with Christian McCaffrey, we all know when you're dealing with Christian McCaffrey, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get with Christian McCaffrey. So one minute he's healthy, next minute he's hurt, he's out for the season. We got kickers and defenses making a run now. Oh man, it's funny. It's funny how some of these drafts go and positions and all of that. But right now, it looks like a lot of people has stepped away from the draft and letting it do an auto draft, which is cool. I'm not a big fan of auto draft, and I like to see what's going on. But I understand. I feel like they got their primary roster. They're good to go. But I like to kind of be engaged all the way through. That's just me. That is just me. Yeah, they got a nice run. Yeah, defense and kickers right now. Mm. So my pick is up in the next couple picks. So now it's my pick, and I like what I'm seeing. Somebody took the fat hamster, Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, what about that me? He wasn't no left for me to pick. No way I would pick Ezekiel Elliott. Guys, obvious. Now I'm going to go out here, and I like this guy, a receiver from the Jacksonville, Zay Jones. Uh, to me, Jacksonville's gonna have one of them high power type offense, man. So I want to make sure I get some stock in on that J that Jacksonville offense. So I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a hell of a quarterback. I think he's gonna have a good career in the NFL. And so I think he's got a good coach that's going to coach him up, and he's a good quarterback coach at that. So I could see a lot of good things coming out of Jacksonville, and to say that I need to make sure I'm part of it. Yeah, I need to make sure that I have some stock, on this Jacksonville offense. So that's what I did. That's why I picked Zay Jones as my receiver. So right now we are coming towards back in. My next pick is like at 167. Got three more rounds to go, and I have two picks to pick. Now, normally I don't draft a defense. I just like to pick them in free agent and stream them as I go, unless there's something out there that really catches my attention. And so I end up picking a defense this time. It's first time in a long time. Well, let me take it back. Anytime I don't have to, because some of my leagues I was, they stop letting you pick out the players, and they force you to take a defense. So with that being said, I was able to do that and get away with not picking no defense because I prefer that. But we'll see. Mm. Now, I'm not. There's something I'm seeing here I can't really talk about because I plan on using this same thing in my another league. So I'm not going to say nothing. But after all these drafts, I'll definitely make sure I talk about it. Definitely make sure I talk about it. Should definitely be interesting. But again, guys, I have two drafts today, and I'm gonna make sure that I am going to definitely record them both. Make sure you guys get the opportunity to see behind the scenes stuff. Definitely give you the opportunity to be involved in this process because it's fun. Like I said, if you guys have never done fantasy football, I definitely encourage you guys to look into doing it. If it means just with your family members, getting about 8 to 10 family members together and do a fantasy league. Now, yeah, I ain't got, of course, doing it for no money or nothing like that. Just do it for the hell of it, right? Um, but I think it would be fun, man. Just something to, uh, get together with family members and friends and loved ones and do a fantasy league. Why not? Why not? So again, the position I'm going to fill, the very last, is going to be a position. Yeah, yeah, I think I am. Let me see how many picks I got for sure. So again, y'all remember I told y'all guys where I'm in a league where they force you to take certain positions. Well, this is one of this bullshit ass rules. God damn, man. I hate that shit. And they probably changed the rules. I'm gonna be honest. They probably changed the rules because of me. Because I wouldn't I wouldn't pick certain positions for reasons. Yeah, I wouldn't pick certain positions for reasons. But guess what? They're forcing me to pick certain positions. So now I got the second to last pick, and now I have no choice but to pick a kicker. I hate when they do this shit. I hate it. But what can you do? What can you do? I mean, the rule is the rule is, so it is what it is. So, like Norm, I don't even pick kickers, man. I stream them. So in my other leagues, my other league that I would draft for today, I more likely won't draft the kicker, man. I draft every position. More likely I won't draft the defense either, unless something really nice falls me and it was a no brainer. I got to get it. Um, So, and it's another thing I hate. They see what I'm when you see this. Again, I hate it when they force you to pick certain positions. So, like on our league, we have a limit on a certain amount of players. So right now, because I got 6 out of 8 receivers. So that means I would only pick up to a maximum of 8 receivers. Yeah, that's not cool. Mm. After this draft, I'm gonna go to the record store, man, and see what type of music I can see, guys. I mean, I'm always looking to add to my collection, right? I always looking to add to my collection. And if y'all notice, the draft doesn't take long. Okay, and normally I think a draft you should get between 30 to 45 seconds per pick. Uh, with ours, we're doing I think it's a whole minute. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a whole minute, but I'll see here shortly. Next person's going about the time about to run out. So no, no, I'll take it back. Good. It's only 30 seconds per pick. I can go with that. That's what it should be. You don't need a whole minute. Minute is long. I know how some people say, oh, minute's not that long. No, it's a long time in these fantasy drafts, man. Minute is a long time in these fantasy drafts. So, it's a long time. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a long time, and you just waiting for them 60 seconds to tick off. 'Cause that's how sometimes it is, when you do auto pick, it runs off the whole time, and then it picks up the highest ranked player that you need. It is what it is. Uh, but yeah, it's part of playing fantasy. It's part of playing fantasy, man. So currently, my draft is complete. My work league draft is currently complete. So I don't know if y'all can actually see my roster from that visual. Uh, y'all see that? I like that. So right there is a new feature that was added on to ESPN. I'm not a big fan of ESPN Fantasy League. I like Yahoo more. I'm a big fan of Yahoo. Yahoo's more easier. My in my opinion, my opinion, Yahoo Fantasy is more appealing to me. I know some people may feel differently, but they may swear by ESPN, not me. But I do like this feature that they have, where they show you each pick, each round, and not only that, but just showing you who you got, and you do have the option of sharing it. Now, of course, I'm not going to share mine because I have so many other leagues, and I got some of the people that I'm on my social media friends with. They do follow me on social media, so it wouldn't be a good idea to do that. So, it is what it is. But I will give you all my roster. So at quarterback, I got Jalen Hurts, and his backup is Anthony Richardson. My running backs, I got Jonathan Taylor and Damian Pierce. And as far as backup running backs, I got Brian Robinson and AJ Dillon. At receiver, I have Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Mike Williams is my projected starters. Brandon Ayuk is a projected backup, as well as Zay Jones and Romeo Dobbs. Um, another uh, roster move I have at tight end. I have Tyson Hill. Um, I have the Saints defense. I have Jason Sanders as my pick. So right now, that's my projected starting offense. Now I need Jonathan Taylor to come through. Jonathan Taylor is a top 10 running back in the NFL. He's a first round running back, truth be told. But I got him in the second round. Why? Because it's been hurt, trade talks, this and that, and when you get those type players, kind of you never know what you're gonna get, right? You never know what you're gonna get, so you gotta kind of be careful. You gotta kind of be careful. So we'll see. We will see. As far as anything else, just kind of put this on. That is my current roster. Looking forward to the league. Uh, Again, I got another draft at 7 p.m. tonight, so I'll definitely be ready for that draft. This is my second draft. It will be with another not my work league, but some guys I've been doing fantasy with since 2005. So I got that this that's coming up at 7 o'clock, and it's called the League of Kings, which should be good. You know what I'm saying? Which should be good. Be very interesting. I like doing a league with them guys because it's not a lot. It's not a lot. We don't pay a lot to get in, but with that league, we got all the same people, two different drafts. So the first draft we'll have is head to head, and the second draft we'll have is points only, total points only. So, which should be good. It should be interesting. At one time, we used to do one draft and for two separate teams. Now, to me, I like that better because it seems like when you have like two different drafts, same people, they kind of mark your strategy and try to cock block you and do little things to try to snipe you. Why? Because they look at your previous week draft and they'll do the same thing. Because guess what? The point system's still the same. So they'll say, "Oh, why did he pick him? What did he see that I didn't see to make him draft him?" So that's the only the hang up on that. But it's all part of the league. It is what it is. So again, like I said, I got that another draft at 7 o'clock. But it's it's gonna be fun. Again, like I said, it's low. It's not a big league. I mean, as far as the payout amount, it's not. But it's something about it. We exchange a trophy and we exchange a belt. So with the head to head, you will get the trophy. With the overall points, you'll get the belt. So looking to get both of them this year, but we'll see. Hopefully, I can do that. We'll knock on wood. We'll see. But it all starts tonight. It starts with the draft. So depending on what type of team I put together, hopefully they, all the players I pick remain healthy. But it's football and it's a dangerous sport, so you never know what you get. But guys, definitely stay tuned. I will be back, and we'll finish it up at 7, man. We will definitely finish it up at 7. Okay. See you guys then. Mm. Well, back at it again. Got another draft. Just came. Excuse me. I just came from my live draft, so I had to rush in here to get in here, make sure I'm here on time, and all set up and ready to go. Which I am. It's all good. So now, look like it's my pick already. Damn. Didn't realize that. So who's the first 5 that went off the board? Johnson went first. Hill, Chase, McCaffrey. So those are your first 3. I'm not a big fan of what I see in front of me. I'm not a big fan of this guy, but I don't know. I don't have no stock in him at all, so I may want to take a chance. I think I am. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So I'm about to draft Austin Eckler. It's my first pick of my second draft today. Austin Eckler was my first pick of the draft today. So, yeah, I think I like this angle better. Yeah, I prefer this angle better. But y'all can kind of see what I got going on. That's what I'm trying to do. So I got a little ways to go. I'm pick number 5. So got a little while to go. Not too far away, but a little while to go. But yeah. Let's put it right here. I like this angle. We'll go with this. But yeah, I mean, second draft today, and guess what? I got another draft right after this. And so go ahead and record in the next draft. I mean, I might as well, right? Might as well. I'm out and go ahead and doing it. Might as well continue to do it. So is my pick, and I'm up. And I'm going to go with, hey man, I might go with another running back. Because the receivers position's really deep. So I think I am. I'm gonna go with 2 running backs. I'm gonna flip the script on these guys. Because the draft is so deep with running backs. With receivers. So I'm feeling good about that. I got another pick on the 25th. So I think that's when I will take a couple receivers then. But with this draft, I could start 4 wide receivers. So fortunate for me that this draft is full of receivers. So a lot of people don't realize, but the pieces that are so scarce is the running back. So I went ahead and I like what my option was as number 2 overall pick with Jonathan Taylor in the second round and me picking Eckler in the first round. It's a PPR league, so that's very beneficial to me. So I get points per reception. I got 2 players that I drafted or that are what we consider pass catching players, so which is cool. So now I'm up in about 5 picks. It's my next pickup. So looking forward to seeing what's going to be on the board. But in the meantime, I will continue to run through some of the players that was previously picked. So we had AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Jaden Waddle, as well as Josh Jacob. 3 solid picks, as well as Derrick Henry. Now, in my draft earlier today, I ended up taking Derrick Henry as my first pick in the 9th round. So he went 17th. So he was a second round type pick. I mean, it's not bad, but these guys are a little different. So what they try to do is they know what they do. They watch me and how I draft in the first one, so they try to counter me in the second one because I got the same thing in the second one. So that's what they try to do. So, but it is what it is. So It's my pick. And so, with that being said, I got a lot of stock in this guy, so I might as well go on. I've been getting them in the third round these past few picks again. And that's my man Jalen Hurts. So I love Jalen Hurts as quarterback, and that's who I picked as my quarterback. So now in this fourth round, I'm gonna be looking to get a few receivers in these next few rounds. So that's my plan. Travis Etienne, Chris Olave, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, of course, was me, and Joe Mixon and Amari St. Brown has all went off the board as of right now. So let me go and put a few of these players in my queue that I'm really looking at, especially amongst the receivers. The receiver position. Of course, a couple of receivers I was looking at just went off the board. So now I'm up in 3 picks. Hopefully, I get to land a couple of these receivers. And so now they're scrambling for running back position now. It's usually how it goes. So I am up next, and look, somebody just right there in front of me. They took I took another running back. I'm gonna start 3 running backs in my roster. I'm starting 3 running backs. I can't start 4. Can't start 4. I mean, that's the way it is in this draft. But I'm at the least minimum get 2 receivers. So that being said, on my 45th pick, I'm gonna end up drafting my first receiver. That's crazy. Normally I would have had 2 receivers by now. But that's the way the draft goes sometimes. That's the way the draft goes sometimes. Yeah, these guys are scrambling for running backs now, boy. Ain't leaving none out there for them. None out there for them. Thing about the running back position is scary, man. It really is. It's scary. And the tight ends even worse. If you don't get the top 3 tight ends, man, you just rolling the dice, man. You don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get, so you just rolling the dice as far as when it comes to the tight end spot. So let's see what I end up with. Yes, I might just pick Amari Cooper. I think that's a bad pick this early, especially in the 4th round. Yeah, 5th round really, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, but it is what it is. It's like Bryce Hall. There's no way I would have nothing to do with Bryce Hall, especially with Cooks. I mean, it's not a good pick. So we're 9 minutes and 23 seconds of this video. I'm already in the 6th round. I mean, that's the good thing about doing online drafting. You're done early. Usually about 45 minutes to an hour, you're done with your draft. You're done with your draft. And I thought I changed this to a 30 seconds, but I guess I didn't. To me, you really don't need a whole minute, especially when you got guys who's been playing for a long time, like all of us. All of us been playing together for a long time. I probably got about damn near 10 years. I got 10 years with this group right here for sure. So we've been playing together for a long time. So yeah, we don't really need a whole minute to draft a player, but some of these dudes, they're a little slow. So you gotta try to help them out. Try to do them a solid. So we'll see. So my pick's up in 2 picks. Let's see what happens with. Hopefully my man drops to me. The 2 guys I'm looking to get at receiver. We'll see. Hold on. 2 picks. 2 picks from now. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I get what I'm asking for. We'll see. Okay. Okay. 1 pick away. 1 pick away, and I'm gonna right. There it is. So I got one of my, or hopefully I can get one more. Hopefully I can get one more. Hopefully I can get one more. We'll see. At 56. Now it's projected for me to get it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it. You know how that goes. So round 6, I got one more receiver I'm really looking at, and then that's going to really complete my top offensive roster. Now I might go with the 3 running backs and 3 receivers. I mean, I can do that too. But like I said, the league is really deep at receiver this year. So that's the only thing. That's the reason why I went with 2 running backs back to back. Now, normally I wouldn't do that, but it was too hard to pass up of the options that I had. It was really too hard, so it's hard to pass up them options. That says next in my queue is that man, but I'm going to take this guy right here. We'll see. But uh again, I'm sorry if I didn't say it already. Good Sunday afternoon. Please sure you like, subscribe to my channel. Just coming on a Sunday afternoon, sharing this fantasy league draft and give you some possible hits when you got the draft. Hopefully, some of your drafts that's already happened for you guys. Hopefully, it was a successful draft. Wish you nothing but the best of luck with that draft. Uh, we'll see. I'm looking forward to hear about it. I'm getting all these notifications. No. Oh no 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 no. What if let me to do that? So let's get back here. Get back in my draft. I don't know why it kicked me out. Well, no, why it kicked me out. So is it up to me again? So I play our draft next, and looked like somebody grabbed one of the players I was looking for. Yeah, boy, these boys are scrambling for running back. Oh, 2 guys that I got right here, Brandon Ayuk and DJ Moore. I really like those 2 play, especially in the PPR type league. It's really beneficial. I like Keenan Allen. I was looking at him, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on, man. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't pull the trigger. So with that being said, I'm going to maybe look for his counterpart. Maybe if Mike Williams is available to me, I will take him. You never know. But like I said, they're so deep in this draft as far as receivers. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So I like there's a couple more guys. Let me go and highlight them, put them in my queue. So it's a possibility. That's one right there. I like him at that position. It's a possible backup spot. I like that. But look, I normally I'm not a guy who likes to pick up like back up like quarterbacks and all that early for lots of reasons, for lots of reasons. But I just don't do it. I just don't do it. So I stay away from those type of things normally till towards the end. Um, but again, we're pressing on, and we're gonna continue to roll and see what falls to us next. So my next pickup is in three picks. Hopefully, I'm able to get this one play. I don't know. I may go ahead and go for my. I'm in the seventh round. Should I wait to the eighth round and try to get? I think I will. I think I'm gonna go out and try to get one more receiver if he's available. I think if he's available, I think I'm gonna get him first before I go and look at this other position. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. I'll sit normally when somebody picks. Chris Godwin's been picked. Cal Pitts, sorry, Terry McLaurin's been picked. James Conner's been picked. Joe Burrows, Keenan Allen, all of those guys have been picked. So your turn is next. I'm still in the mix with the guys that I have chance on. And so one went was Christian Watkins. I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take him. Mike Williams. Mike Evans. I'm sorry, Mike Evans. So I draft. I was looking at Mike Williams. And if he's still there, when I come up to 76, I may take him. Or I may go in a different direction. I don't know. We'll see. But if he's there, Mike Williams, if he's still there, that's 76 pick, 7th round. It's not bad. It's not a bad pickup. So, look like there's a little tight end run. Should I go ahead and pull my trigger on my tight end? I don't know. I like this guy, but I like another guy in another thing too. So, Trevor Lawrence just went. That's a good pick. I got him in my other league. He's my starting quarterback in my other league. Is Deshaun Watts. Trevor Lawrence. See, I do definitely like to make sure that I like the offense that Jacksonville's going to have. I definitely want to make sure I have some stock in on them somehow, some way. Now, it's always obvious to have the quarterback, but if in case you can, you're going to have to get a stud on the team. So what I end up doing, like in my last draft, I end up getting Evan Ingram's to match up with I got Evan Ingram's to match up with excuse me, to match up with well, look like somebody trying to help me make the decision for me. They took my tight end from me. So looks like my next bet to get the tight end that I'm looking for is a little bit later. So I may wait to 85 to get him and not get him at 76. At 76, I think I'm going to go with my man. I think I'm going to go with my man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because you never know. I might start 4 receivers, 3 receivers, 3 running backs. I mean, I got nice little allotment of running backs to run with. So we'll see. See how that falls for me. But with that being said, let me make sure I get back here so y'all can definitely see what's going on. So now my pick is up. That's what that sound means. And I got a lot of options, right? I have a lot of options. Whew. Should I go with receiver? I got 3 running backs. Should I make it a 4th? I got 3 wide receivers. Should I make it a 4th? Either one is going to have to happen. So since running back so thin, I'm gonna go with a running back, right? I'm gonna go with a running back, and I'm gonna take Isaiah Pacheco. Guess who I ended up picking? Isaiah Pacheco, another starting running back. He plays for Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, this draft is deep with receivers, so that won't be a problem. So what another thing is I like to do, I like to go on, off, on, off. So I like, while everybody else is struggling to fight for other positions, I like to go skill positions the most, So since it's a PPR, I like to go running back, receiver, running back, receiver, running back. And the only time I may get off is when it gets later in the round. And that's normally when I draft a tight end. Kind of throw it off a little bit, but it is what it is. Or when I draft a quarterback. But, fortunate for me, I got me a quarterback who is just damn near like a running back. So I end up drafting him already. So look, my starting lineup's good other than my tight end. And I'll usually find him later on down in the draft as far as my tight end. Defense, kicker. My motto is I don't draft none. I usually wait till, day of the league starts, and I usually go out there and drop an ad just in case somebody gets hurt late, or there's some injuries, or somebody gets cut, or whatever the case may be. So I leave my spot open as far as the kicking in the defense. That's just my strategy. I've been doing this strategy for a long time now, at least over 10 years. At least over 10 years I've been doing this strategy. I don't draft. If we have in person, I won't draft. I will pick them up later. If I'm doing it online, I will do it. Now, some of these leagues, they force you to make these picks. Then there's nothing I can do, right? When they force me, to make the pick up a kick and a defense, then of course there's nothing you can do. So you got to do what you got to do, and then they also force you to pick up other positions. I hate those type of leagues. I hate when they make us do that. I think it's petty as hell. But it is what it is, man. You got to do what you got to do. So, with that being said, it's going pretty steady. It's going pretty steady. The league is going pretty steady. I'm looking forward to doing my next draft, which is following this one. I think it starts at like 8 something. I think it starts at 8. Let me see. So let me see what time it starts. Let me see what time it starts. So it starts in about 51 minutes. And I have the first round pick. My first round pick is pick number 5. So my first pick of the draft is pick number 5. So, guys, I may end up getting my receiver that I didn't think was going to be there when it comes back around to me. Now I'm 3 picks away. 3 picks away, and I could get my receiver. Man, that would be real nice. That would be real nice. I hope I can. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still in play. Man, somebody took Dak's weak ass Daniel Jones. God damn. 2 back-to-back trash players. David Njoku, decent tight end. I mean, you got to have one in your roster. You got to start a tight end, so you might as well pick somebody that late in the game. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, looking forward to. Okay, your turn is next. So, waiting for my man to pick his pick, and we're going to see if I can get this guy. We will see. Now, if I can't get the guy who I want, which is Mike Williams, if I can't get him, then I'm looking to draft a tight end in the 8th round. Or I could take another chance and wait on him. I could take another chance and wait on him. I could. Nah, I think I'm a if jeez, I don't know what to do. So with that being said, Montgomery was picked. Now I don't know if he picked it himself. I was auto picked. You know, it is what it is. I don't care. My play is here, and I will take him. Mike Williams. So I ended up taking Mike Williams at number 85. Yeah, these guys. Eighth round, on the ninth round, they're drafting a defense. To me, it's a little bit too early. There's a lot of good skill positions out there, and we have plenty of bench room. Yeah, I don't know. Now, Beatdown King, that was a good pick because I was definitely about to take. I was about to take Kenneth Greenwell. Now I did get Kenneth Greenwell in my last draft, in the late rounds, double digit rounds. Um, so what I've been seeing is him running with the one. So that's definitely a good pickup for him because I was definitely gonna get Greenwell, to have somebody match up with my man Hurt. But now I don't currently have anybody I can match up with Hurt because there's nobody else on the Eagles that I want. I don't have no faith in Penny. Sean Penny, I think he's a bum. So I have no faith in him. Um, yeah, I don't have no faith in Rashad Penny. So I won't be drafting him. Now these two guys, Jamal Williams and Antonio Gibson. Yeah, I like to see the roster. They must be desperate on the running back end because they took that pick. I wouldn't have did that. I would have did that. So with that being said, I'm looking to make another pool. Jeez, man, I can't keep playing with fire because if I do, he will not be there, and I'll be very disappointed. So I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull the trigger on. Damn, should I wait one more round, guys? I'm so damn. Yeah, I got to do it. Let me go ahead and do it because I got plenty of running backs and good receivers. I'm gonna go and take him as a tight end. Ingram. So, like I told you guys, I feel like I need to have some type of stock into. I need some type of stock into the Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, but the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I went ahead and took the tight end. So Evan Ingram's is who I took. So let me put a couple more players in the queue that I really like that I'm looking at. My next pick is 105, and I'm hoping this guy stays around. I'm gonna go with the running back this time. If he's there, I don't know. We will see. We will see. So if he's there, I will pull this trigger on the running back, and then I'm looking at another receiver in the 12th round. So far so good. I got a chance. He's still around. He is still around. Now there's a receiver right up on Elijah Moore. I like him. I think he's going to be a good player for Cleveland. He's going to really be a lot of opportunities to catch balls from Sean Watson. I have no faith in Amari Cooper. None at all. Because he stays hurt for one reason. And another reason, I just don't think he's no good no more. I think his time's come and gone. That's just my opinion. But that's all it is. Uh, guys, I don't know if you ever seen me on the show, but sometimes you see me eating these orange candies. You see these orange candies. I love these. These are called circus peanuts. I love them. I love them. I love them. So, excuse me. My pick's coming up in 3 picks, guys. Still got a chance to get this player. Hoping it works out. We will see. We will see. Um, We will see. So the player is Samaje Perine. I like him as well. Look at that. Somebody's been paying attention. I like Cortland Sutton. Right now, Jerry Judy's hurt. He's probably gonna be banged up all season. So that was a good pickup by Powerhouse. Shout out to him. So now my pick is here, and the running back that I was looking at is available, and I am going to take him. I believe he's going to get a lot of run. Williams is coming off a really bad leg injury, and I don't know if he's going to be really available. I mean, he's still going to be slowed up, and I think Perine is going to get a lot of opportunity. So that's going to be the player I'm about to take right here. So I took Samaje Perine. That's a good kick. Kicking the nuts. The team says kicking the nuts. The team that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick in the 11th round. But again, I tell y'all guys, these guys be watching my draft, watching how I move, and they take notes. It's the reason why I'm a champ, baby. That's the reason why I'm a champ. So let me put a couple more players in the queue. Now I pretty much have my starting roster all the way down. Now I'm just picking up backup players and bench players. So we'll see. Elijah Mitchell, Quentin Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, Hollywood Brown. That's some of the last players we picked. Somebody picked the New England defense. I don't know why. Like I said, Michael Thomas was a good pick, especially in the 11th round. It was a good pick. You can't go wrong with that. I can't disagree. I don't know why I don't know why that dude's in my queue because I'm definitely not going to draft him. I don't find him good at all. So the guy I'm gonna go with now. Now a lot of people say, "Well, why are you picking these backup players, man?" Starting lineup's good. So some of these backup players they're gonna be having the opportunity. Again, Najee Harris. I have no faith in Najee, and I like the way Jaylen Warren plays, so I'm going to draft him. I like the way Jaylen Warren's been playing. He's been playing pretty good. He's been productive. Every time he does get that opportunity, he pops. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely put him on my roster. Um, Definitely gonna put him on my roster. Give him that chance. Um, Now let's look for my next few picks that I'm looking at. Um, Maybe looking to possibly draft a backup quarterback. Maybe looking to draft um, some more possible spots as far as a backup tight end. It depends. So let me highlight that guy. Let me highlight that guy. And what do we got so far? Odell Beckham. So there's a couple players I like. I had picked 125, and that was 6 picks away. Again, I'll be going into we're ending round 12, going into round 13. Let me take a swig of this water. See, so there's some guys, again, I just have no faith in at all. That's Rashad Penny. He ain't got to worry about me sniping him from nobody because I think that guy is trash. I think that guy is trash. So let's look at these positions that I'm talking about. And I got a couple players in my queue. So one of them is, I don't know. It's time to draft one of them, another receiver. So, or will I go with the running back this time around? Would I go with the running back or a receiver? I don't know. Or would I go with a backup quarterback? Who knows? But I don't know. I got Juju in a draft I had Friday. Should I go ahead and pull the trigger on Juju? Yeah, they make a run at this defenses right now. Again, I share with you guys my motto about that. I do it. I'm going to do it. So she Rice was the last pick that just went. Um, I can't do that. I can't. So I think I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna let him hang around a little bit. Let him hang around. I'm gonna take Juju. See what happens. Maybe I make him a halfway decent possession receiver, or should I go with Rashad Bateman? I don't have no stock in Rashad Bateman. Um, should I go with him? I don't know. No, because he's been health issues. No problem. So I got 10 seconds left. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Juju in the 13th round. I took Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, only reason I did that because New England has nobody else. He is the number one receiver in New England. And since you want to try to draft any number one player in the in the league, and if that's who that is, and Juju Smith is that one, then so be it. It is what it is. So that's who I drafted. That is what I drafted. So Juju is on my roster. I picked him up in another league I was in last night. Late pick, nothing fancy at all. Again, I just needed a player for that position. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with my backup running back. So if he is available up in 5 picks, I think I will take him. We will see. Traylon Burks, what's that? Tua, Anthony Richardson, Nico Collins, and Bateman. It ended up going Adam Thielen, who's been playing great lately. Bryce Young needs somebody to throw to, so that's his guy. So we will see if Brock Purdy's still available. I think I'm gonna take him. Now, more than likely he should be because he's a little further down on the list. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see. We will see. Like I said, I got him at pick 136. I may pull the trigger on him there, or I could take a chance and gamble and look at somebody else possibly. The Miami backfield is so much bullshit. It's just like a clusterfuck, man. It really is. So I don't even want to have nothing to do with that Miami backfield unless Jonathan Taylor's there. And of course, I did draft him in the second round, so I will have stock in him that way. But anything else other than no, I don't have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it all. So now, with that being said, somebody took Cordell Patterson. I think that was a mistake. That was a bad move on your part, brother. But I appreciate your donations. I am gonna go with Brock Purdy. I am going to go Brock Purdy. Shout out to Brock Purdy. In the preseason game the other day, and he looked good. I was really impressed with him. So I need a a backup quarterback. Why not go with him? I already have one of his best receiver on the team is Ayuk. So I can, on a bye week with Jalen Hurt, I can double up, you know what I'm saying, and get 2 for 2. Right? I like that. I like the sound of that. Get that 2 for 2. So now my quarterback roster is complete. I have 3 start receivers that I like. I'm gonna use, and I got a nice little rotation as far as the backup players that could be played on the bye weeks. Definitely going to be interesting. So my next draft is in 30 minutes. Boy, the good thing about these online drafts, man. This shit goes fast. He'd be done and over before you know it. You know what I'm saying? So we only go into 18 rounds, and it is currently rounding out round 15. I got 3 more rounds to go, and it's 1 minute per player. Now, if the guys take up the whole minute, of course, it could be you're looking at what she's now I got to do math. 1 player per round. There's 10 people, so that's about 10 minutes. 10 minutes per round, and there's 3 rounds left, so that's about 30 minutes. And that's what time my other draft will be getting ready to start in 32 minutes. So that gives me little to no time to really relax if they use the whole minute. Now, most times they have not been using the whole minute. Some people have. There's been one time where I did use the whole damn near whole minute, but that's because I was talking to you guys, making sure I'm engaged with you and interacting with you. But guess what? My turn is about to come up again. And I think I'm gonna go with him. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on Gus. I really don't see nobody else that I like. I really don't. So with that being said, I got my backup quarterback. I got plenty of other backup players. I think I am. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on Gus. I think I am. Now, I didn't get him the past 2 drafts, and I probably should have. I looked at him, but I didn't pull the trigger on him. I didn't, and I guess my concern is because I know he's injury prone too. Look, really, it's hard to gauge, especially when your quarterback is Lamar Jackson, right? And we know with Lamar Jackson, he doesn't give that ball up, right? He doesn't give that ball up at all. So I got 2 bench player spots, and then I have my kicker as well as my defense. And guys, I told you I'm not drafting either one of them. So I'm looking for all skill positions here on out. So I'm up next. So the guy got 20 something seconds left, and I'm up next. And I'm definitely gonna pull my Dirty Bird left the draft. Left the draft. So it is now my pick. So I'm going to go with Gus. So guys, I pulled the trigger on Gus, and that's what I did. That's what I did. So now I need to get a backup tight end, and I like Tyson Hill. I got stock in Tyson Hill in another draft. So I think I'm going to do it again. Let's see, it's Is there a defense out here left that I want to go ahead and pick up now? No, they really not. I have stock in New Orleans. No stock in Miami. Of course, they got a couple good cornerbacks if they don't end up losing a couple of them in a trade. But guess what? Cincinnati and New Orleans went off the board. So, yeah, I think I'm going to wait. On the defense and continue drafting other positions of need that I'm looking at. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with other positions of need and just rock out there and see what happens. Rock out there and see what happens. Hold on. Jeez. Now look, here's a play that I would really want. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, let me go look. Did somebody take it already? I think somebody took it. Them old rascally dogs. Boy, they honor. These honor son of a guns. Let me go and take him. Oh, okay, well, he was next to my queue anyway, so. So who ended up getting here? I think somebody sniped me. Guys, when I tell you they be watching my shit, they be watching my shit. So I got another pickup and 6 picks. Yeah, they be watching my shit. Who took him though? Who took him? His old scandalous ass. Look at him. Freaking one. God damn it. He ain't shit. His ass ain't shit. So again, guys, when I tell you they be watching my shit, they watch my shit. So guy sniped me. I was gonna get Deuce Vine. I like the kid. I know the kid's father, know her mother. Good peoples. Good peoples. Good peoples. So looking forward to going down there and seeing a game. Me and my lady's gonna go down there and see a game. We've been invited to check out a game, so we would definitely make sure we make a visit. I'm looking at the schedule and seeing what's going to be available for the both of us, and then we're gonna make our way down there. Have a good time. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to. I can't even talk. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to interview Deuce. I'm hoping that's the case. Now we'll see. And if I do, I will definitely will premiere it on my sports show. So we're not gonna do nothing live. We're gonna pre-record it, so to make sure everything's everything, and cut it, edit it if need be, cut some stuff out if it's something he don't feel good about or comfortable with, and yeah, yes. So with that being said, I got another pick and two picks. So I don't know which direction I'm gonna go, but I might go with the guy who I have in the queue because I really think I don't think Taylor's gonna be there, right? I just don't think so. I think he's gonna be out, and it's gonna open up a space for this guy right here. So I'm gonna go and pull the trigger on him. Go and pull the trigger on him. And so I got one more pick at 176. Now, with that being said, I may go ahead because there's really not much left that I'm looking at that I like. Pissed about my Deuce Vaughn that I missed out on the young man, but that's the way the ball bounces sometimes, ain't it? We'll see. So with that being said, let me look at the kicker. Maybe there's a kicker out there that I'll be looking again. I like him as a kicker. Put him in my queue if he's still around. What else? Let me look at the defense. Nobody. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of these defense that I want to draft. So I will definitely be playing the waiver wire. So with that being said, I may go ahead and pull the normally I don't do this, but they put me in a situation where there's really not a lot of players I like left. You know what I may do? You know what I may do, guys? I might go ahead and pick another quarterback. I like this guy. That's a possible comeback. We will see. We will see. So looks like I'm gonna hold fast to my thing. Yeah, somebody dropped the kicker I was gonna pick up. So yeah, they did me a favor, which is cool. 2 picks from now, I think I may take Kyler Murray. Now, need him no time soon. He's gonna be on the bench, but I think I just did that. So my Mr. Irrelevant is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is a top 10 type quarterback when he's healthy and is playing, within his bag, right? He's a top 10 quarterback, truth be told. But with his health, that's been a question. And so again, I only need him for 1 week because I have the real MVP, Jalen Hunt. So my draft is complete. So I can stop sharing that. I can turn that off and get back to you guys right here. Now that draft is complete. I am currently patiently waiting for my next draft. So I think I'm going to record it too, guys, and give these and let you see what goes on with that. Now, the first draft I just had was a Yahoo draft. So I hope you was able to kind of follow it and you see it. This next one is ESPN. And so with that being said, I will definitely make sure that y'all know what's going on. So in this league, I really don't know the complete rules. Look like you only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bench players. And we can start 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end and flex. So King said, check my IG. I want to be on air and talk shit. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I think I'm gonna simul stream with you at the same time. See, I'm gonna do a solid. I like that idea. That's cool. I will do that. And so let me go ahead and shut this down. It looks like we're gonna do a live thing. Great idea. Great idea. Again, some ideas you can learn to live and go with if you do it online. I will definitely implement that idea. Great job, King. I will definitely implement that idea next year for us to do a live stream while drafting, talking shit. So cool, good stuff. You learn something new every day, right? Take advantage of technology, and that's what I'm doing. So, guys, with that being said, looking forward to setting this up where y'all can see it and check it out. And I will catch you guys tomorrow on the Basement Sports recap show. And we'll talk about it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not going to post this until I'll probably let it air on Wednesday since I won't be doing the show Wednesday. Unfortunately, I got a prior engagement I got to deal with and work with. So I won't be able to have a show Wednesday, but I will set this up to play on Wednesday, right? So, guys, good luck in all your fantasy drafts and all who are participating. I wish you nothing but the best of luck, unless you're playing against me, and I want you to lose by at least 25 or better every time. Guys, you have a good one. Love you guys. Enjoy your Sunday.